Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Super Mario World. Last time we left off, we finally finished off the Forest of Illusion, talked a little bit about, in brief, of the Switch 2, and yeah, so, I proposed a question to you last week about whether or not I should be playing Bravely Default, for the Switch 2. I mean, that's assuming if I can even get my hands on a Switch 2. But, the less said about that at the moment, the better, probably. So, anyway. So let's just continue on, shall we? So, Chocolate Island. It's an island. Actually, it's more of a... Actually, now it's more of like a peninsula, since we've connected it by this landmass here. But, I digress. It's... Actually, it's more of a peninsula anyway. But anyway, yeah. Brown, and more brown. Actually, that's... I don't know, that seems more like milk chocolate or mocha chocolate. Or actually, no. As bright of color as it is. Like, have you ever seen like a nondescript chocolate bar? Again, I don't think I should be mentioning brand names here. But have you ever, like, had a chocolate bar, like, so old that you opened it up and it was, like chalky looking? Yeah, that's kind of what this reminds me of. So, yeah, it might be made of this might be made of chocolate for all I know, but it's a far cry from edible. Probably for the best, actually. Okay. Enough rambling. Let's just get into it. Okay, so this is also the first level that introduces an enemy called the Dino Rhino and the Dino Torch. The small ones are the Dino Torch. Why are they called Dino Torches? Because they can spit fire, flamethrower style. Luckily, the Dino Torches can... Luckily, you can still eat the Dino Torches. It is entirely possible, in some rare instances, when you try to defeat an enemy or jump on an enemy, that, yes, you can actually, while still riding Yoshi, no less, actually lose a life. I don't know if that's a glitch or something that's intended to happen, but it can happen. And in my experiences or my playthrough of this game, it always seems to occur with the Dino Torches. Okay, sorry, I'm going to cheat a little bit there, but I'm only cheating here because this is another level that has a 3-up moon. And of course, if you have the... This is the part where the Switch Palaces will really come in handy for you. Yeah, so fun fact, if you get a mushroom and you have a better power-up, it will be replaced with that mushroom, so... Okay, and there we go. Yeah, not much to this level. Not much to the level at all. Which brings us to the Chocolate Ghost House. There's also another unique enemy in this level. I believe it's this level. Might see him a little bit later. Yep, there he is. The Fishing Boo. This is the only game this guy actually... I believe this is the only Mario game this guy actually appears. Now, my question is, much like the Fishing Lakitu in this game, they both are the only ones that appear. So, is this supposed to be the ghost of the Fishing Lakitu, or is this guy someone different entirely? I mean, we all know that a dead Koopa Troopa is a dry bone, can become a dry bones, but I don't know. Just a little, I know it's a little bit of a morbid thought, but I don't know. Gotta watch your step and be mindful of the floor. This is also the only level where these particular enemies appear. The Boo Buddy blocks. Unlike most boos, when you look at this one, they turn into actual blocks that you can stand on. In order to exit this ghost house, we need to go up to that door up there. How do we reach it? These guys. And there we go. Plain sailing, eh? And there we go. Okay, now for one of the most convoluted levels in this entire game. Not necessarily because of difficulty, but because of stipulations to reach certain areas within this game. Which will be better explained if I hit this thing here. Okay. Here, the coins you collect or the time remaining can change your progress. Can you find the special goal? Now, don't ask me what the stipulations are or what I have to do to get the regular and special exits. Me, I've always ever just gotten lucky. I mean, it's not too terribly difficult to get the special exit or the regular one. I mean, like I said, it just comes down to luck for me. But there are some areas that you'll rarely see. Also, this is one of those instances where you could die on Yoshi here. In the Return of Rex, which we've rarely seen since, I think it was the Yoshi's Island portion? But anyway, there is a particular part of this level that is basically like a Cape Feather course. Okay, so this was the regular exit. And this level basically will lead you simply to the next level, Yoshi Island 3. Now, Yoshi Island 3 also has a bit of a convoluted nature to it, but let's see if we can get the special exit for the second level first. Okay, and I think I got it. Yep. And we're out of here. Now this leads to this will lead to a secret area. It's called the Chocolate Secret. No, not that kind of secret. Sorry, I had to say it, but you know, y'all know who you are. Well, dip. Enough footballs. Oh, well, I guess I died. Okay, for the sake of time and convenience, we'll just back it up to here. I mean, it was either that or you could watch me just go back through other levels to get more powers. So, didn't want to bore you with that. Seamless transition, yo. Oh, I actually got him. I jumped on you and you know it. That was a little dangerous. And now for a massive... Oh, was I actually holding on to an item and sliding? Huh. Didn't think that was possible. Or maybe it was a trick of the mind, I don't know. Okay, return of spike tops. Okay, speed course here. Gotta... And there we go. Okay, and this is a direct shortcut to Wendy's Castle. But, of course, we're not going there just yet. No, we still got some levels to beat here. Let's just go ahead and jump right into it. So, Chocolate Island 3. It's an obstacle course. One where there's little to no bottom. Alright. Now, fun fact, you can generally tell by looking in the shell if, you know, there's still a Koopa inside this thing. This particular shell is empty. But this is also one of the best, this level here is also one of the best levels as far as getting a bunch of coins here. Not that, again, not that I really needed to get these because, you know, already 99 lives. So the thing about the fuzzies in this level, or in general, is that unless it's part of a... Unless the fuzzies are part of a bonus area, you cannot actually eat the fuzzies. I know, it's strange. So, star block, if you got 30 coins in a level, this will be a 1-up or a star. Or a 1-up or a coin. Okay, so there are 2 exits in this game. There's this one up here, which will basically just take you... Well, actually, I'll demonstrate it. Why not? So if you come up here to this exit, it'll just literally loop you back around to the level again. So Chocolate Island 3 leads to Chocolate Island 3. Okay, but in all seriousness, though. So we'll fly over most of the level. Yeah, yeah, the pipe actually extends all the way up to the ceiling, so you can't really cheese this portion. If the game will let me go into the pipe, though. Okay, we'll just come down here. Okay. So basically you want to fly under all of that and get yourself 3 extra lives for doing so. And this is the secret exit. Yeah, so not all the exits are like keys and keyholes. They're actually regular exits. And that leads us to the Chocolate Fortress. This is the third of 4. This is the third of 4 different chocolate fortresses, or regular fortresses. Now, you see that brown lava? I'm willing to believe that that's not so much lava as it's superheated chocolate. Like, imagine working at a chocolate factory and, you know, there's like, and like, it's like extremely hot, you know? So, yeah, make sure you don't become the meme, death by chocolate here. Also, we got ourselves a Bowser statue. An off-screen Bowser statue spitting fireballs at us. Also, we got the return of Thwimps. Yeah, so fun fact about the cape, if you're in parachute mode, Mario actually does get an extra hit that doesn't involve him actually losing his ability. Also, unironically, the store is also made of chocolate, I guess. I don't know, maybe it was a color palette thing. Like, the same color for lava was used to make the doors. I don't know. I don't think the Super NES had that problem, unlike the original NES. You know, where there was only like a certain range of colors that could be used. Okay. And so that is Chocolate Island. That leads us to Chocolate Island 4. Which, again, as I said before, that level, it's the only second level where it looks like a hole in the ground. And as you might expect, it's an underground level. Don't worry about pushing down on those platforms, by the way. You cannot actually slide on them. I guess the grass might be made, I guess it's more moss than grass. So, yeah, in case you're wondering, yes, there is basically heated chocolate down here. I was just demonstrating that to you there. Okay. So if you ever need it, you know, and if you got all the Switch palaces except save maybe the green one, you can actually just come here and get 3 extra lives. No big deal. No big deal, they're here if you want them. Okay. But this will lead, this right here leads to a very unique bonus area. Nope, not that one. This one. Okay, so the thing about this bonus area, there's a whole bunch of exits that all lead to the same place. Depending on how far you drop, depends on which bonuses you get. You know, you can get coins, mushrooms, a star, even 5 extra lives, 3 extra lives. But here's the thing. If I activate the switch, and as long as I just grab like the first 2 coins here, I can just fly up to each of these levels and grab all the bonuses they're in. So, I'm only going to demonstrate this once. Yeah, and you can't just glide. You can't just... Oh, well, I guess you can glide to that one. I'll just end this prematurely because, you know, again, for the sake of time. And there we go. There's the exit. And that leads us to Chocolate Island number 5. Okay, so if you watch another YouTuber by the name of what's his name? Well, the channel You Can Beat Video Games. There's actually a trick here with, I think it's either this block or another block, where you can get like infinite number of extra lives. I mean, I will not be demonstrating that to you here because, you know, again, I mean, I'm not under any time constraints, but, you know, you probably don't want me to waste too much of your time, right? Anyway. Let's see. Okay, and that's 30 stars, and fortunately or unfortunately, that will give us a chance to see the tic-tac-toe minigame again. So, let's see if I can do this quickly here. Okay, well, I tried to end it a lot sooner than that, but there you go. Okay, and that too also leads us to Wendy's Castle. I believe it's also the first time we've seen this particular type of spike trap. Oh, by the way, this particular trap here, yeah, this can actually just straight up crush you and make you lose a life. You know, it's not like one of those, you know, it's not simply one of those, you know, you get hit and you just lose powers. See? it can destroy you in one go. Sorry. I believe there is a hidden one-up mushroom or something around here. I'm not sure which block it is, but I think if you approach it from the right and head left, you can grab it. There's Hothead and Little Sparky. Hotheads, by the way, great item in Smash Brothers. Like it. Not as much as I do the Super Scope, but you know, there you go. Oops. Oh well, that's fine. Just grab a feather here, we're good. Okay, so unlike Lemmy Koopa, there's no elevation differences here in the pipes. Although to offset that, there's 2 fireballs we have to dodge. And just like Lemmy Koopa, we have to hit it. We have to hit her 3 times. And there she goes. Meow. Yeah, I know. I'm almost done, okay? My cat, ladies and gentlemen. Well, you want to say hello? Meow. 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 Don't worry, I'll take a break in a minute, okay? Yeah, I know. I know. Okay, so Wendy L. Koopa in Castle 6 has sung her last song. Mario must meet the challenge that lies before him. There is a sunken ship that appears to be a gateway to the Valley of Bowser. Okay, so the ghost ship here, I believe it's technically part of... I think the Mario Mania Player's Guide makes it part of the Valley of Bowser. But I think we'll go ahead and... actually, we could have taken Yoshi. We could have just gone in there with Yoshi, I suppose. Oh well. I'd have to come back and get some power-ups anyway. Okay, so we'll just make our way through the Cosmic Interstate, I guess. I.e. the Star Road. You know, kind of... I mean, okay, I guess Mario RPG is not canon with other Mario continuities, but still, I mean, for them not to... I mean... There was Super Mario World, and, you know, for Mario not to know the Star Road, I guess. I don't know. Is this Star Road the same as the one Gino talks about? I don't know. I mean, I guess it's possible to visit a place and not know it by name, I guess. Okay. just go ahead and go this way. Why not? Okay, so sunken ghost ship. Fun fact, I guess this game is supposed to be canon with the events of Mario 3, because this ship is kind of modeled after, the ones you find in Mario 3, I guess. So I guess the story goes that he fled, that after his defeat, Bowser fled to Dinosaur Land, I guess, which just happens to be where, you know, Mario and the others were to take their vacation. So I don't know, I guess Bowser just nabbed the princess, you know, out of the convenience of just being there. Also, this is probably the only time, this is the only time outside of Mario Maker where Yoshi is probably going to be in the same vicinity as a ghost in a mainland title. Not to include not including Mario Party and such. Also, if you look real carefully, Yoshi's also kind of ghostly. You know, again, probably a sprite thing, but or no, it's the layers of the ship. Might be it's actually probably more of a visual effect or happy accident here. Okay, so you come down here. And you're basically in, like, giant free fall. I don't know what this is all about. Like, is this supposed to be like a giant chasm or something? Or what's the deal here? Anyway, if you stick to the center, you can basically grab yourself a second star. Oh, and I landed right on it. And yeah, you get an item here. This is the only time this item actually appears. The course clearing crystal. The same one you get from Boom Boom, I guess. And that, ladies and gentlemen, leads us to the official gateway to the Valley of Bowser. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in, I guess, the final world here. So, well, I mean, I guess there is still the special world, but I've already said that I probably wouldn't do that. So, anyway, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.